dryness and a chronic skin condition.
It's like Clint has seen me every morning in the mirror and said, yeah, I gotta help this guy.
Me too.
He's here to clarify the difference. Clint Martin, he is the physician's assistant over at Mohave Dermatology. It's great having you.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hey.
Okay. Let's talk about eczema, because when I was growing up, my mom thought I had eczema, but I don't know if I have eczema or if it's just dry skin. What's the difference between the two?
One of the main differences is when people have eczema, it's actually a chronic condition that affects millions of people across the nation.
Yeah.
People that have eczema are actually missing molecular components in their skin that keep the barrier strong.
Oh, wow.
Most of this is made up by fats and ceramides and lipids. And when you don't have those components, you don't have the right factors to help keep that barrier strong. When that barrier is compromised, you're more easily exposed to environmental factors such as allergens and irritants and even bacterial infections or viruses, because that part of your skin, its primary job is to keep the bad stuff out and the moisture in. So what happens is you get a increased loss of water, which we call total water loss. So you actually continue to become drier and drier and drier, while increasing the possibility of you having another problem by getting irritated by environmental factors.
Great.
Wow. So this is a multi-level issue. It sounds like can you affect it by what you eat, by your nutrition?
People that have eczema, they are more prone to have allergies, and that can come into factor with dietary intake and so forth. But a lot of the components, when you're speaking specifically of eczema or atopic dermatitis, it is at the skin. The problem is at the skin. If you don't repair that barrier, you're continually trying to fight back, fight back, fight back. And what'll happen with patients by the time, maybe your mom, she's like, oh, I thought you had dry skin. So she kept putting lotion on you, lotion on, lotion on you, lotion on you, and it didn't help.
Yeah.
That's because those factors aren't being replenished. And that's where products such as Episerum comes into play, is it actually replaces those missing products, therefore repairing that barrier. If you repair the barrier, then you keep the irritants out, keep the moisture in.
Wow. And we're looking actually at a picture right now. That's, I think we think of eczema maybe around the nose a little bit, but it really can appear anywhere in the body.
It can appear anywhere on the body, especially here in the desert. We're always fighting dry skin. It's dry climate, we have hard water, all the components to make it exacerbated. And a lot of times that's what people will lead to, is they say, hey, it's red, itchy, and irritated, so I must need a cream for my rash. And so they'll use a cream that treats the rash, and that's all it treats, and it doesn't treat the origin of the problem. So they use that for a couple of days, maybe a week. It gets better. What happens? It comes back. So if you'll actually start treating the problem, you go more from, I tell my patients all the time, you're not so much treating it as it presents, but you'll start preventing it.
See, that seems to be, that's kind of like the mantra of medicine in America, though. We always seem to fix the problem that's being caused by the issue, but we never fix the issue that causes the problem.
Exactly. We're really quickly to go find a good Band-Aid for it.
Exactly.
That can cover it up real well, but it's not fixing the problem at its origin.
So you have had some good results with Episerum. Who has it benefited the most?
I have amazing results with Episerum. I was originally exposed to it about 3 years ago, and when you really start looking at the science behind it of, hey, like I've said, we're going to treat it at the problem, not fix what's happening literally right here. And you get patients on board, look, and you explain this out to them. And especially parents, because they're concerned, their kid, everybody wants the best for their kid. And you start using Episerum, and you will literally see within days a person that's had a chronic problem for weeks, months, years, it will start evolving into, hey, I have normal looking skin. And the other thing that's great about Episerum is it's not steroids. One of the mainstays of treating eczema is steroids. And that kind of comes back to, hey, we have to decrease the inflammation, calm this itch down. And you need that as part of your therapy, but you don't want to make that the preventative therapy. You use that sort of as the emergency switch you throw when it does get out of hand, because it might get out of hand again. But if you use something like Episerum, it's totally safe. You can use it on your face, your eyelids, everywhere. I have patients, very, very concerned parents are like, can I put this on my newborn? Because it happens in newborns. Yes, lather it all over your kids. I will tell you right now.
Just
lather it all over them. You can't use it too much. I have 2 kids. Both of them have eczema. And you know how often they get Episerum? All the time.
Now, let me ask you, so it's been very effective. Is it something you use permanently, long term?
For somebody that genuinely has eczema or atopic dermatitis, revert back to the fact that there are factors missing, the ceramides, the lipids. So yes, it is something you would continue to use to maintain that balance, to maintain the balance of the components that are absent in that person's skin.
Thank you so much.
It's great having you. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much.
Great information for us here in the desert. Tired of the itch, folks? If you are experiencing symptoms of eczema, reach out to the great folks at Mohave Dermatology. To learn more about Epi Serum, visit their website up on your screen. Epi Serum is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.